How's it going, guys? This is DexHowl, and welcome back to The Division. Here we are going to actually be doing something new, and what I mean by that is we're going to do something I have never done before, and that is going to be a build guide. A build video is something that I didn't think I'd ever make, but I honestly wanted to just get some feedback from you guys, because like by no means do I feel like I have the best build in the world. And I'm not saying that this is a guide at all. I just want to see what you guys think of the build that I created recently and see if maybe you guys can give me some ideas on how to improve it. And I'm hoping that this actually works out. And I find like some good feedback from you all. So anyways, we're going to jump straight into the build. So first off, we're going to start by just kind of letting you guys know straight off the bat that our gear set is going to be Predator's Mark in this situation. And the main gun that we are going to be using for this is going to be the Navy MP5, actually. There are a couple of other options out there and that I know about, but this has been the gun that I've gotten most often, the submachine gun that I've gotten most often that actually works for me. And I have a blueprint for it, so I can always roll more or modify it to the way that I need to. As you guys can tell, this is definitely a Predator's Mark build. Now, this build is mainly meant for, or well, when I originally started creating it, I had a lot of PvP in mind, and that's just how I've been building it so far. And there's a lot of different things in here that are actually pretty nice. So we have 4-piece Predator's Mark. We have on a nimble holster and then a pair of short bow knee pads, which is nice. And there's a guy doing the Macarena over here in the corner. Why?
Don't be shy.
That's funny. I like how Rick says don't be shy at the same time. And he stops as soon as he says it too. Okay, but anyway, that was a slight distraction. Sorry guys. So anyway, like I was saying, short bow knee pads. Short bows I have are not the best. None of the stuff that I have is the best. I've been looking for better pieces, but it's just difficult. It really is, surprisingly more difficult than I expected. But so we have 1600 armor here, and firearms is not bad. So obviously you guys already know what short bows do. It shortens the grenades, cook timer, so that's not anything special to be honest, but it's helpful in the terms of PvP, so it works for me. We have prototype firearms mods just about on everything. Some of them have health and some of them have other things, but the majority of them are health. Then we have 6% health self-heal mods on just about everything as well. And everything else is mainly going to be like skill haste. There's some electronics in here in order to get my heals back. And there is a little bit of, what is that? I forgot what it was now. Yeah, so you can see 6% self-heal mods on just about everything. Where is it? Yeah, those are all of the performance mods that I have. And then what are the actual gear mods? The gear mods are just about every single one of them is actually firearms and health. So that one's 253 and 3000. Let's see, that one was 256 and 3000, which is not bad. So 267 and 3000. And then we have two mods here that actually, let's see, 3000 and 3000, and that's not bad. But what was the 235 on one, and that's actually stamina, which actually makes sense. I can understand why I would have done that. It's been a minute since I've looked at this build. That's crazy. But then the 267 and like I just use it. I don't like look for all that stuff. But either way, so this is what we've been running for quite a while now, and like some of the mods we've changed over time. A lot of the mods get like swapped out when I find something that I actually I'm able to use that's actually better. And it's not bad. It really isn't bad at all. With the bleed effect, it actually works out on top of the effect of the actual grenades. Now, what is somewhat unique about this build is that my focus, on top of it being PvP, was also on critical hit chance. So if you guys notice, you see there's where what I was talking about before with the skill haste. And there's increased kill XP. Obviously, that's not part of what I wanted, but then we have critical hit chance and burn resistance. Then we have health, blind death resistance, XP kill, and disrupt resistance. Then we have health again and ammo capacity. Then we have SMG damage, critical hit chance again, and critical hit damage, which is awesome. So, and then on our nimble piece, we have again critical hit chance. Then we have oh no, I already did that one. So critical hit chance is a large part of what I was doing with this build, which is nice. That is not really the unique part about what I was saying, though. The unique part is this, because I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but I actually found a way to maximize my critical hit chance somewhat. I maximized it in one build, and then I didn't like it, so I ended up changing it up a little bit. But this is what the build looks like in terms of loadout. Pulse or damage pulse, tactical link, and a overdose. We have a Navy MP5, a Lova C, and then some random pistol that I never use. And then our talents, let's see. Our talents are shrapnel for the bleed effect. We have strike back, which is reach slow health to reduce active skill cooldowns by 20%. And then we have use a med kit near allies to heal. Combat medic. Combat medic is actually really useful when you're on a team. I use that a lot in our Rogue Adventures with Koenig episodes. You guys probably saw that, I'm sure. And it helps us both stay alive, to be honest. It really does. So then we have during cover-to-cover moves, incoming damage is reduced by 30%. So this specific evasive action talent is what actually allows me to, at low health, when I don't have a med kit and when I don't have an overdose, and it's like they're both still on cooldown or something of that nature, I am able to, in some cases, use nimble as a last resort. Nimble is definitely 100% not my first resort to healing. It has been nerfed to the point that it is almost not 100% useful, but because, like I said, it's used as a last resort, it's something that actually is helpful and viable still, in my opinion, and it actually does work in most cases when you have those situations where, as long as you have that evasive action set on. Now this is where the kind of craziness sets in. This is the Lova C that I have. We have self-preserved, which is critical hit chance, heals the user by 3% of damage dealt. Killing a target has a 25% chance of refilling the magazine, and responsive. So these talents are nothing really all that special in terms of what this build can do. And that part is very true. Now, this is what actually is special about this though, because if you look here, we have only 15.5% critical hit chance and 47% critical hit damage. That's pretty abysmal, to be honest. But here is what our Navy MP5 looks like, which is awesome, actually. I think it actually looks pretty great. So Navy MP5, we are at 79% critical hit damage, which is nice. It's not the max. I will admit that it is not the max. And then we have 47% critical hit chance. Critical hit chance is a huge thing in here, and the cap that I have found is actually about 60%. It seemed to be a very huge difference, to be honest, between the 45 or 47-ish% that I have up to the 60, but the damage that I did at that level wasn't the same as what I thought it would be, to be honest, and it didn't really sit well with the way that I wanted to play. So it actually did work out better for me doing it this way, in my own opinion, but this is what I actually ended up doing with the build. On the Predator set, the MP5 that I was using, if you guys see here, was using responsive, which is, of course, damage being close up is actually increased. Critical hits increase reload speed by 10% to a minimum of 1 second per reload. And then we have Swift on it also, which I don't honestly know if the Swift and Hurried both stack or not. I haven't actually figured that out to test it, or I haven't like noticed a difference between one gun that's using Hurried and Swift and one gun that's using just Hurried. It doesn't seem like that much of a speed difference to me, at least not significant enough to notice from my own perspective. But this gun reloads very quickly after you get just a crap ton of critical hits. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about in this situation. Like, you're gonna see all the critical hits that I deal and how fast this gun reloads. Like without Hurried, that's as fast as this gun reloads, and the reload time does not change. So we empty the mag, switch guns, and there's the change, right? There's the change. This is with Lone Star, and the RPM is not all that great either. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually show you guys what the Predator set looks like, and we will see how it reloads. So let's switch this over. All right, so now we've got the Predator set on. You guys can see right next to the gun, there's that little counter. Well, now you can see it, the counter thing. But all right, yeah. See, the magazine is a lot larger, and the reload time is a lot faster than trying to switch weapons. And the bleed effect is not even anything to laugh at right now. Like, it is just insane on the reload speed, and it's nice. I enjoy using this gun. In my opinion, like, for this set, you guys might have noticed this just the way, like, from the way this build guide is going. The Lova C is mainly just a placeholder. If I run out of submachine ammo, that's what the Lova C is there for. And it's also meant for kind of like long range engagements. Mainly when I say long range engagements, I mean like manhunts running away, like from DZ1 DZ9. I'm not chasing anybody. I'll just use a longer range weapon than what I already have. But yeah, guys, this is actually, it works out really well for me. And of course, I'm using the damage pulse, so the critical hit chance and everything else is actually a little higher in terms of what it actually does against a player versus just the target shooting here. But this is pretty much the build, guys. I mean, there isn't a whole lot more to it, to be honest, but I'm still fine-tuning it. I mean, right now I have 300, 300, and 100 as far as my firearms, toughness, and skill power go. And I hope that you guys actually are able to give me a little bit of feedback. Maybe you can tell me something like that I can actually change on this. Like right now, my thought on this build is actually to change from Swift to Fierce to increase the critical hit chance again. I have ideas, but I just don't know necessarily where to go from here. I hope to hear back from you guys, and I really hope that this build, maybe this build inspires you to make something crazy for reload speed. But But I really thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you would liked it, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this one. And don't forget, stay rogue, and we will see you guys later.